What is up? You're listening to the January Relapse Records podcast. I am Nick, and I'm officially taking over as the host of the podcast. I want to wish everyone a happy 2017, the first podcast of the year. And what you just heard, of course, was music from The Obsessed with their song Sodden, Jackal, which actually premiered during Adult Swim's single series. And they're going to have a new album out sometime this spring. But there's currently no details yet as to when it's coming out or any of that fun stuff. But also what you heard in there, though, was some Iron Reagan with Bleed the Fifth. That's coming off of their brand new album, Crossover Ministry, February 3rd. They have a music video up on Relapse Records YouTube page as well. And they're going to be out on tour just around the corner in February and March. They're going to be going out with Power Trip and their label mates Wrong, which is going to be a sick tour. Iron Reagan and Power Trip on the same bill. You can't resist that one. And then, of course, we had the mighty Obituary with Sentence Day. It's coming off of their brand new self-titled album, March 17th. Loving the thrashy feel going on there, but going strong after all these years. You got to give them credit. The legacy of Obituary continues to live on. And then, of course, I got a lot of cool stuff planned out for this episode. This month's featured artist is Black Anvil with their new album, As Was. Had the chance to talk to bassist vocalist Paul Delaney about the album and all kinds of other cool stuff. So we'll be getting to that a little later on. But we're going to get back to some new music here. This is King Woman and their song Utopia. They're going to make their Relapse debut on February 24th. So make sure you go and pre-order that one. So let's get to it. Here is King Woman Utopia. You just heard The Drip with their song Blackest, Evocation. It's coming off of their first full-length album currently out right now. It is called The Haunting Fear of Inevitability. Really, really solid album. I've been playing it a lot since it's come out. They got a music video as well that you can check out up on the Relapse Records YouTube channel. And I've just been really curious as to the band name, because it's one of those names where it's very ominous and their logo is very brutal. But yeah, what is The Drip? Is blood dripping, water dripping? I don't know. I have to find that one out because it's been bothering me a little bit. But what you also had in there was some music from Unearthly Trance with Dream State Arsenal. That album is going to be coming out February 24th. Stalking the Ghost. It's actually their first album they've released since 2010. So if you are a fan of Unearthly Trance and you've been desperately waiting, your dreams are finally being answered. And they're going to be touring Europe as well with Suma in April. And then, of course, like I mentioned, that King Woman there to start off the block with their track Utopia. And that's going to be coming off their Relapse debut, Created in the Image of Suffering, also out on February 24th. So the new Unearthly Trance will be in good company. And they're actually going to be hitting the road with True Widow and Oathbreaker, another really solid lineup there as well. And then upcoming, I've got some more cool stuff for you. Got some Incantation with their song. I like this song title, Nocturnal Kingdom of Demonic Enlightenment. They're going to be touring in February with Marduk and Inquisition, and their new album is going to be coming out this year as well. So plenty of new music for everyone waiting. And you can find all tour dates at label.relapse.com. So that you can find out where all the cool Relapse bands are playing, if they're going to be in your area, and you can go check them out. So let's get to it. Here is Incantation, Nocturnal Kingdom of Demonic Enlightenment. That was Nothing with Curse of the Sun. Really enjoy them a lot. They're one of those bands that they're not the typical Relapse record band. And, I like going into different territory a little bit sometimes. They're one of those bands. They actually just played their first ever shows in Japan, Indonesia, Australia, and New Zealand, getting out and seeing the world. They're going to be actually out on tour with AFI and Souvenirs as well, which is a really cool lineup. AFI obviously being legendary and having Nothing on that bill is going to be pretty cool. And also some Gatecreeper in there as well. Had their track Flamethrower. They're going to be going out to do some select dates with Code Orange and Youth Code. And then in March, they're going to be out with Nails and Toxic Holocaust. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to be at both of those shows throwing some sick moshing skills and pushing some people around, because that is a brutal, brutal lineup. And then, of course, like I mentioned at the top, we had some Incantation with Nocturnal Kingdom of Demonic Enlightenment, who are going to be on tour next month with Marduk and Inquisition. And I got a lot of more music to go, so don't worry if you didn't get your fix yet and you want to hear some more stuff. But again, I want to mention that if you want to check out any of these bands out on the road, the place to find where they're going to be is at label.relapse.com, so you can make sure that you don't miss your favorite bands, because let me tell you, that is the worst feeling. I hate when a band plays and you don't get to see them because you forgot about it. You totally could have went, but you just didn't know where they were playing and when they were playing. So make sure you check out those dates up on the interwebs. And now, what I got for you next before we get to the awesome little interview I did with Paul from Black Anvil. Going to be closing off this little block here. Got some Cloakroom coming up with their track Big World, and a little bit of Ringworm. So get yourself ready for that. Let's do it. Here's Cloakroom, Big World. That was Ringworm with The Razor and the Knife. They're going to be out doing some U.S. dates with Darkest Hour, and then some select dates with Tombs and Rotten Sound, which I'm going to be definitely wanting to check out. Then we also had some music from Cloakroom with Big World. They're going to be doing some European dates with Russian Circles in February and March, and they have a new album coming out this year as well. And again, if you want to check out the tour dates, label.relapse.com is the place to find out on where all of your favorite bands are going to be. And now let's get to the little interview I did with Paul Delaney, the bassist vocalist for Black Anvil. Their new album, As Was, came out not too long ago, and let me tell you, man, I really dig this album a lot. I didn't know too much going in, but definitely caught me with this one, and I'm definitely going to be checking them out when they're on the road. They are going to be out actually right now as I speak. They're on the road with Mayhem, which is an incredible lineup. Black Anvil and Mayhem together on the same bill. So I actually did this interview while Paul was getting ready for the tour, packing up the van and whatnot, and had a little conversation with him, and he told me he was getting a little anxious because he needed to go get himself some socks for the tour. So he had a little bit of fun with me answering some questions while he was getting ready to go out on the tour with the almighty Mayhem. So let's get to it. Here's my little talk with Paul. What's going on? You listen to the Relapse podcast here with Paul Delaney, the bassist vocalist for Black Anvil. What's going on, dude?
What's up?
We got some big stuff. You guys just put out your new album, As Was, just the other day. How are you going with it so far? I'm sure you're psyched that it's finally out. I talked to you at the Revolver Awards briefly, and you were super stoked to get it out.
Yeah, it's rewarding to see your shit come to light, you know?
For sure. And now, big difference with this album compared to definitely your last. I've read a couple other interviews where you said each album was kind of a progression, and this one's definitely a big step in a lot of different ways. Now, I know you said that you wanted to do a lot of stuff with this one that you hadn't done previously. Was there anything that you wanted to do with this one that you didn't get to, where the guys are like, all right, you're going too far, that maybe you can do next time, or just wasn't on the, made it to the final cut?
Yeah, there's no restrictions with us ever. We always just do what we got to do.
Okay.
I like progressing, and that's the good thing about the band, is that we're all in the same boat. We always want to not outdo ourselves. It's not like a competition or a contest, but when you're creative, you want to keep yourself entertained and keep yourself hungry to keep doing it. And I spent a lot of years personally doing the same shit, write the same music, and not to discredit that at all, but there's a reason why that just goes X amount of distance and fizzles out, because you're over it, and it's shot because there's just no real progression. And for us to just constantly be creative and actually enjoy, doing what we're doing is really important. It keeps us going, and it keeps the tactical.
For sure. And now with this album, it's a big step for you guys too. It's the first without Gary Bennett on it. You guys brought
No, he's on it.
Oh well, yeah, he is on it, but he only had a small part on it. Correct? He only was on 3 tracks.
He plays on 4.
Oh, okay. Now, and then you had Travis play on this one, or you guys took over his role and then he came in after?
He stepped in after the fact.
Okay.
The 4 of us held it down.
Okay. And now, what I thought was interesting is I heard that 2 Keys is about him, but he also wrote it?
That got a little misconstrued.
Okay. So
that song is about us. A lot of this stuff is about us.
Right.
And there's a duality to a lot of the lyrics with what could be interpreted as personal shit, spiritual stuff. It sort of all blends together. And that's the beauty of it, is you could fucking get dumped and relate to it, or you could be on some next level shit and relate to it, which is what we hope for. Or, maybe it's something simple as something struck a chord and it inspired you to write a fucking song, and you tied in some other aspects of your beliefs or this or that, and a lot of all these songs are about us and our journey through this fucking bullshit. And, at a point, yeah, this was a big hit for the band, Hit Step It Down. So a lot of the lyrics may reflect that, and also, but not necessarily in that way. Like maybe it's about our strength and our choices and our paths.
Right.
And some of us choose a darker path, and some of us walk into the light. And that's what that song in particular is about. It's not like a fucking diss track.
Right.
It's a band, like the guy's family, and it's always going to be like that.
For sure. But I thought that was interesting because I read that he wrote it, but it was also about him. So I was like, that's a little interesting how it could be both.
Yeah, that whole interview, and that's my guy too. But that whole interview came off a little obtuse.
Right. Now,
it had Donald Trump's name in the fucking title of it.
Yeah.
And like, we ain't about none of this shit. So it just had, it missed the point a little bit. You guys got to like hear about my mom's job and the neighborhood I grew up in.
Yeah.
You catch up with your friend, and sometimes shit gets a little out of hand,
Yeah. No, it was a good read, though. Like, that was definitely interesting, the finding out where you grew up. I definitely feel like that probably has, some kind of role in, what you do.
Yeah, Queens.
Yeah, for sure. Now, like you mentioned, though, the lyrical content, there is definitely that, the religious side of it as well, which I think is interesting because, obviously, in metal, a lot of people aren't necessarily for religion, but there is always the subject of religion somewhere along the lines. So what do you kind of think is that whole, the topic of religion just in metal in general? Because I feel like it's very odd. People are very against it, but yet it's all throughout the genre.
Well, spirituality is an interesting thing, like some people are raised certain ways. I was personally raised Roman Catholic, very loosely though, but it was always there, and it was something that when I'm young and I'm ignorant, I want to listen to heavy metal and read fucking Anton LaVey bullshit and just be like, fuck you. But then I got into punk and hardcore, and it was a different type of fuck you, yet the same fuck you. It was just rebelling against something, and you identify with the shit. And then sometimes, maybe through music, you realize that there is something slightly deeper on the spiritual front, and you want to pursue that path and look into it and learn and teach yourself and, not become some fucking magician overnight. But, you put in work and you learn and you open yourself up and you learn a lot about yourself. And that's the case here is, there's always been that curiosity and that curiosity.
Yeah, for sure. And now I know with this one, you did with the lyrical content, there is that religious side of it. What is it that you wanted to really explore? Because I know, like you mentioned, also was the album title kind of has a little bit to do with what you guys kind of think happens after death. So there ties in there as well. So what was kind of like the main, what were you trying to focus on with this lyrically?
Just sort of like the whole shit is stripped down. The whole record is. It's way more well thought out.
Right.
It's definitely a very stripped down version of the last record. I feel it's very refined, and it's sort of like a return to form or something. I don't know. We sort of went back to like a primordial, chaotic method of things, and it's weird. Like I said, I used the word duality before. It's things like that. The shit that you can read in a book, also you can, what's the word? I'm like driving and not focusing here. You can get things out of everyday life. And I don't know, like the same thing, you read a song, you interpret it your way,
Right.
The initial thought behind that was, what do we do after this record? Which was very simple. But it was worded to Rafe, what do we do after Hail Death? And he just replied, as was. And it was like, oh shit. But it was very cool, and automatically, everyone in the fucking car starts thinking, and we're like shaking our heads. Like, it was very cool. So we sort of had that before anything was even written. Like, we knew what we wanted to call it, and the whole vibe was there. And like anything, like our form of music and what we do and where we've been, this is just sort of like a rebirth in some sort of way. And we had that picked out even before the shit went down with, one of our guys leaving. And it is sort of a rebirth of this whole thing in ways.
For sure.
Like, I feel, I feel very anxiety-ridden, and we were just discussing this in the fucking car, how, like, we're going out for 4 weeks, and it's overwhelming. I gotta go get socks. That's personal. It's some personal shit.
Right.
But, like, we're all running around doing our thing and hustling and making shit happen before we leave. But I lost my train of thought because I'm thinking about fucking what I was missing out. But, this is, there is a part, this is all new. Like, we're going out on a new track. And, Travis, that's playing guitar with us now, has filled in for Gary quite a bunch. So he's a part of the family, so to speak. But it's still like a very new venture. We're going out on a big run. We just put out, for us, which I think is a big record. And, we got things happening. So now it's time to, like, start fresh and start new with a clean slate and go, like, destroy shit.
Yeah, definitely. And like you were mentioning, you guys are headed out on the road. Pretty big tour. You guys are going out with Mayhem, so you're probably super stoked about that.
Yeah, we just want to play in front of however many people we can play in front of and do what we got to do.
For sure. Now,
it's almost not about, like, even who we're going out with, which, of course, it's mad respect for Mayhem.
Yeah.
But we try to, like, not get blinded by, like, ooh, the bands we love or whatever. Like, we're out there to do our shit.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, definitely. Now, what are you putting in the set this time around with the new album officially out? Are we going to see a lot more of that album?
All of that album.
Ah, okay. Nice. Now, another thing that was very different with this album, definitely the aspect of clean singing really taking over a big portion. Now, was that something that you were confident about going in, or did you kind of have to work up to that?
Never confident about it. It made sense, like you sit in a room and you when we're making stuff, an idea pops up and look at each other and it's like, that's whack or that's not whack. In this case, it just sort of, a lot of that shit fell into place.
Okay.
And it's cool. Like I have people surrounding me that, like, encourage shit like that. So if I personally decide to take a weird chance, it's not, like, frowned upon, or vice versa, like, I was saying this yesterday, we were talking about, like, who writes this and who writes that, and it's just like, yeah, we all do.
Right.
Like, if Sauce comes in with a riff, I come in with a riff, we all sort of get involved and do our thing, and there's a fucking song on the record, I went to the fucking store when these guys started writing, and I feel like that's my fucking song, because I'm a part of it, and I'm connected to it, more than just the fact that someone else came up with it, or this or that,
Yeah. For sure.
This guy comes up with a couple riffs here and there, and maybe two of the other guys are like, nah, we're going to do it this way, we're going to do it that way. It might seem like some bullshit, but it's just more care and vision rather than that. So, like, there's a big team thing happening here, and it's just a good feeling to know that, like, we're part of something bigger than some other bullshit.
Yeah, definitely. Now, is this something that you can see going forward, continuing trying to use, or you think this is kind of it? You used it, you tried it out, you did what you did, it came out pretty good, but we're going to leave it at that.
What do you mean?
Like the clean singing aspect, is that something you want to continue building on for?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I got to see where we're at the next record cycle,
Okay.
It could be a lot more rotten and miserable, and maybe it just comes out heavier and dirtier. I don't know. It all depends on where your head is at when you get down the line. Most likely, yeah, there'll probably be a lot more.
Okay.
That would be the natural thing, like the next step, but maybe we don't want to go through that door. I don't know. It's anyone's guess. Like, we still got a lot of time to become different people after all this shit's done.
Very true, very true. Now, how's the writing process for you? Do you guys start the next one already, or do you take a little break? Because some bands I know, they already have, some stuff demoed out right when, their last album comes out.
Nah, I mean, maybe some of us sit at home and play their instruments more than others. The guy sitting next to me plays guitar better than fucking anyone I've ever been in a band with, and I'm like a fucking moron that like does the fucking Gene Simmons slide, whatever, you know. So for me, I need to like be in a zone and come out with some bangers. This guy fucking shits them out, does solos all over the place. So it's different, man. Like,
right.
Maybe something sticks in one of our heads and lives for a little while and comes back at a later date. But for the most part, I think it's important to write shit when you want to start writing, because, like I said, something you do a year or two before might be irrelevant. You might not feel the same about it years later.
Right, for sure. Now, another thing that I wanted to touch on is you have such a wide taste, obviously being, in the black metal side, the hardcore side, and then you're a big rap fan. What do you kind of have to say to those people?
I'm a music fan,
Yeah, you're a music fan.
We all love a lot of shit.
Right. Now, what do you have to say to those people, especially, I feel like the metal world, there's a lot of them that it's, metal or a certain type of metal. That's it. And then if a band in that kind of, say death metal, try to do something outside of death metal, they hate it. What do you kind of have to say to people like that?
I got nothing to say.
Oh, okay.
It's a waste of time to say something to someone like that,
I like that. You
can pick and choose your shit, and I got way bigger things to handle than what someone thinks I should or shouldn't do because of 8,000 subgenres and this. Okay.
Yeah.
So go hang out by the merch or go whatever and do your thing.
For sure. No, I like that. Now, also, you are a really big rap fan. Has there ever been the thought of trying to do your own rap project, or are you just a fan and that's how it stays?
Nah, yeah. I grew up liking what I like, and it's few and far between. There's new shit that moves me, but I would never, it's not something that I don't think I would ever venture into.
Oh, okay. So we shouldn't expect any Black Anvil, like, black metal rap in the next upcoming album?
Here.
All right, well, that's all I got for you. You have anything you want to add to wrap it up?
Nah, I'm all good.
All right, cool, man. I really do appreciate your time.
All right, bud. Thank you.
All right, no problem, dude. And that concludes my little talk with Paul Delaney from Black Anvil. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of insight on the new album and the tour and whatnot. And I had him pick some songs that he wanted to play, so I got 2 Black Anvil songs coming up for you. These are on Forgotten Ways and We Own You. And then he also picked 2 songs from the band Zombi that he wanted to hear. These are Sequence 1 and Legacy, which if you want again to check out where Black Anvil will be on the road, you can go to label.relapse.com. You can go and check out the full album stream of As Was on the Relapse Record YouTube page. And then, of course, if you love it, which you're gonna, you can go and buy it at Bandcamp, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, all the good stuff where you can get records. So, yeah. Let's get to it. And, of course, want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Had a great first little podcast for Relapse Records here, and can't wait to do a lot more of them. So I'm going to sign off. Let's get to that Black Anvil. Here is On Forgotten Ways.
Disengage, try to clear, rely for one, yeah.